Hey everyone, this is Coloring Chemist. My name is Connie, and welcome back to my channel. Quite the spread here, isn't it? I have some new glitter colors for the Languo Plus gel pens. But I also wanted to, in addition to showing you the new colors, which are here, I wanted to talk a little bit about what else is available in terms of the Languo gel pens. Just, I know they've been out there and this maybe is not even a needed video, but I thought I would include it when I was talking about the new colors. Just in case any of you are sort of confused about what's out there, what's available, that sort of thing. I originally saw the original Languo gel pens, which were the fine nibbed ones, on the lovely Maya's channel. So thank you, Maya. And those are the ones that came in the sets of 9. This is actually some new colors. I had purchased, I think, close to, sorry, kind of loud, close to all of the original sets of 9. And then I put them in this case. So there was like warm yellow, reddish yellow, lipstick red, sweet pink, purple style, blue style, green style. There were 4 different Morandi sets. There's a set called Maillard, Colorful Black, which I love, Color of Skin 2. There's was a dopamine set that was like all kind of neons. Highlighter set, which was neons. Gold, silver, and white. And I think maybe there was a gray set I didn't get. Maybe. Recently, so I'm filming this June 27th, 2025. I noticed there were, I think, 2 or 3 new sets of the smaller, and when I say fine tip, what I mean is, so they look like this. These fine tipped ones, can you see that? I think it's a 0.5 millimeter nib. The pens themselves don't have any color names or numbers on them. And there were, I think, like I say, 2 or 3 new color sets. There was this one, which I now can't. Why is this not wanting to go back in? Oh, there we go. This was called Light Color. And as you can see, I don't even know if you can see that there. If I tilt it a bit, can you see? They're barely there, but they are just a hint of color. So there's sort of like a really pale cream, a really pale green, like a teal, a really pale kind of blue, purple pale, and then like a, I don't know what to call it, like a peachy color. Well, pink, and then peach, then yellow, and then gray, but super, super light. And I got these just because I thought they might be good for, not that I do a lot of covering up of lines in coloring books, but the super light colors probably would be good for that. And the fact that they have a little tint of something else maybe would be helpful. I don't know. I just thought I would grab them when I was actually ordering these ones. So you can get these in these individual packages of 9. There's just, plastic packaging. You can get them in sets where, it's not really a set, it's like a bundle, I guess, where sellers on Temu, on AliExpress, even on Amazon now, Shein, those kinds of places, they will bundle a bunch of these together. You can also get these in little hard plastic cases now, I've seen. But these are all the 0.5 millimeter, kind of smaller, fine-tipped, no color names, no color numbers, gel pens, sort of the OG. Is that the expression? The original? And then Languo came out with, well, maybe it was about the same time. They had a few sets of larger nibbed pens. So these ones look a little different too. So the barrel looks different. It's much thicker and bigger. You can see the nib there, and actually if I compare to there, can you see the difference? So you can see the nib on that top one is quite a bit bigger. So the nib on the top one, I believe is, so this bigger one, 1 millimeter. And the similar to the smaller nibbed pens, the entire barrel is filled with the ink. Most typical gel pens, where have I got another gel pen? Yeah, here. Or even, this is a Signo Uniball Broad. So this would have the same nib size as these Languo ones. But you can see inside the pen, you've got a cartridge that fits inside the pen. So the ink is in the cartridge, and then there's, you know, there's space around the cartridge within the pen body. Whereas the Languo ones, there's no cartridge. The pen body itself is filled with ink, which to me gives you a lot more ink. So there were 2 packages of colored pens. So the seller that I was buying from on AliExpress, I think they're called I'll try and link down below. They called this set Classic National A, and there's your colors. Beautiful, beautiful color palettes. In fact, I have a couple backups of this set because I love these colors so much. These are non-glittery. All of the small nibbed pens that I have are also non-glittery. I don't want to go back in there, do I? And then there was Classic National B. Also beautiful color palette. So I just made little color swatches and stuck them on the front here. These are both, again, non-glittery. The flow on these is absolutely phenomenal. Smooth, 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 smooth. And then they had 4 packages of, you could get 6 whites, which these have actually probably replaced my favorite white gel pen before was the Uniball Signo Broad. I think these have actually replaced this one in my estimation. The flow on these is just, it's fabulous. And these were all called calligraphy gel pens. Now, I don't know why, if there was because they could be used for writing, I don't really know. So there was a set of 6 white, 6 black. Notice 2 were missing out of the white, 1's missing out of the black, because I have them, you know, here on my desk. 6 gold, 6 silver. And they were all called this calligraphy gel pen. So you have Languo, sort of the OG, the fine point, and then along sort of with those, quite often in the same sellers, you can find those 6 packages of bigger nibbed Languo gel pens. The 2 colored sets, again, non-glittery, just all matte ink. The gold and the silver are metallic, and then you've got the black and the white. And then Languo came out with these sets. And these are all glittery. There were 4 sets of 6, and they all had names. Now, the names I think do differ depending on which seller you're on. Again, the seller I was using called this one Magical Girl, and it's kind of like a rainbow set. Now, I don't know if you can pick up the glitter because the case is kind of shiny. I wouldn't say they're super duper glittery, but they're nice glitter. And again, the nib size, I mean, these are the same, you know, kind of pen. You've got the whole pen is full of ink. Same large nib size. I love these pens. So this one they called Magical Girl. This one they called Shimmer Eyeshadow. Quite pretty. You can see that. I'm tilting it a bit so you can hopefully see the colors without getting too much of the glare of the packaging. This one they called color contact lenses. You know, the translation is a bit different, but the really pale blue one there, it's a pretty color, but it's not got a lot of glitter in it. Same thing with this really pale yellow on the shimmer eyeshadow. It's a pretty pale yellow, but not too much glitter. And a lot of these are, you know, it's bright pinks and what have you. This set I thought was really interesting in terms of kind of unique colors. That green is really pretty. It's almost like a sage green. You don't find that very often in glitter gel pens. And this pink, you know, like it's not a really bright kind of neon chemically pink. So this shimmer eyeshadow set I really like. These other sets are good. It's just, I mean, that's a unique color. It's kind of a brown glitter. Now again, you can find some individual unique kind of colors in those great big sets of glitter gel pens that you can buy, like the, what are they called, Aeon Art, those kinds of sets. But the nibs on these are bigger, and I think the flow on these is better. And you get a lot more ink. Now, I mean, per pen, these are more expensive, but so those, and then there was also this one called Glossy Lip Gloss, and it was just basically kind of pinks. So you could get those 4 sets of glitter. And then there were 4 sets, so that was 4 sets of 6. And then there was 4 sets of 4. Again, they called, the seller I was using called this Dark Night Magic, kind of blues and purples. I think these are a little bit glitterier, is that a word? Than these. Maybe not all colors. It's hard to say. So yeah, Sparkling Blaze, Firefly Forest, Mermaid Dream, and Dark Night Magic. So you can see some little color swatches in the front there. And I think you can see the glitter. If I tilt them there. Sorry, you're also getting the glare from the light, but I tried turning the lights off and it wasn't really working. But there, I mean, you can see the flash and the glitter. These colors are, like this one here, I don't know if you can see, it's blue, but it's green glitter. So, I mean, it's very similar to like a Sparkle Pop, right? They've got a blue ink with green glitter in it. This green almost has a little bit of blue glitter in it. That's a yellow ink with a green glitter, which the Pentel Dual Metallic has one like that. So, I mean, some of these, it's like, you know, we've seen these kind of colors before. I thought this one was interesting. In Mermaid Dream, it's got like a teal blue, but it's got a gold glitter. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of interesting. So, these were, again, they're older. They came out a little bit after, they were new, maybe, I'm going to say 6 months ago. And then there was my disappointment. Languo came out with these sets of, and I don't have the original packaging for these anymore, my apologies. These sets of 6, and they were the same body type as those glitter ones, and as the same body type as these ones, which I love so much. So you've got the thicker body, the thicker nibs, and these were not glitter. These were packages of 6. There was like a green package, a blue package, you know, etc., pink. And these were not glitter. These were matte. So I was so excited. So I ordered all these packages. And I guess I should have done some research first. I'm going to see if I can show you the difference between these nibs. And the lovely Annika at Axix Fumbles talked about these pens in a video that she did, and she compared them to, so she compared these pens to these ones. So this one is from this original set that I loved so much. This is one of the new ones. So let's see if I can show you the difference between the nibs. I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe not. Ooh, wrong way. The nib on... Here, what if I turn on this light? That will help, maybe. The nib on the top one, I know it's covered in ink. That's not helping either. The nib on the new ones has almost... Let's see if I can get the ink off to show you. So this is one of the older ones that I love so much. You can see the nib is just basically a bullet. See that? The ink flows the minute you put it down to the paper, right? You just, there it is. These ones, the nib almost has like a little dip at the tip. See how it dips in? I don't know if you can see that. So instead of just being sort of a you know, kind of a round bullet, it's got this little dip in, and then the ball kind of is at the end of the tip. And these, if you just put them to paper, they don't color. In order to get the ink to flow, you have to push down. And I don't know if you can hear. There's like a little click. And if I push down, then I can get ink to flow. And the ink is nice ink. The trouble is pushing down like that. And I know I had a lovely viewer suggest getting a, oh, and I forget the name of it now. It was a Japanese kind of writing board. And I think basically it was to provide some squish underneath so that it was easier to work with these, because you have to continue to push the whole time you're writing or coloring, which for me, I have hand troubles, and that's hard in my hands. Now, I'm trying to figure out, another lovely viewer suggested maybe doing like a pointillism kind of effect with these. I mean, that's a great idea too, because I do have all these colors. And I would like to be able to do, there's some beautiful colors in here. You know, you've got, that's a gorgeous kind of dusty rose, really nice kind of olive green there. I put little color swatches on little circle stickers and then stuck them on too. So, I mean, I'd like to be able to use them. It's just, it hurts my hands. So you also can get these. These were not labeled as calligraphy gel pens. Can you see this? Sorry, I'll move that. Can you see on the packaging there? It says calligraphy gel pen. These ones were labeled as gel painting pens, I think. And when Annika did her comparison, she actually tested some water resilience in terms of sort of these and then these. These, if you color them down, let them dry. If you go to use a water brush, you can reactivate these. These, you can't. So she was maybe hypothesizing that the nib on these is different because it's a different ink, you know. Maybe it's an acrylic ink. Acrylic is a type of plastic, basically. In fact, you can even see if they dry. Acrylic is a type of plastic, and so once it's dry, it's plastic. Yeah. Whereas can you see that? I mean, it's not completely and totally lifting this up, but it certainly is moving it more than the pink. The pink really isn't going anywhere. Can you see that? I realize it's shiny because of the water, but you can see the teal that I put down, that was the original. You can get it to kind of reactivate and move, whereas the pink doesn't. So, yeah, it's possible that these are a different kind of ink, like Annika was mentioning, maybe an acrylic ink, and that's why the nib had to be different, but it just made me sad because I really loved those other pens. I loved the nibs. I love the flow. They're just so easy to use. So I keep watch. I keep looking on AliExpress just to see what they have. And I saw these. So this is 8 new sets of, these are all glitter. So we had the original 8 sets of glitter. The original 8 sets of glitter, glitter pens. I'm going to turn this one back off, maybe a bit less shine. There we go. Well, still some, but. So the original 8 sets of glitter pens, remember we had 4 sets of 6 and 4 sets of 4, right? Now we have 8 sets of 6. So 48 new colors. And the thing that got me about these, not so much those 3. Those 3 are interesting. So we have Star River Purple. And you can see the colors there. And you can see, hopefully you can see the glitter. They are glittery. Some interesting, I like that color. These to me look, and the dark purple is nice. The other ones look a bit, well, I guess that one's a bit bright. That's a nice color too. They're nice colors. Then they had the Ocean Blue series. Gained some nice colors there. That light one is quite sparkly. Now, are there repeats between these glitter colors and the original glitter colors? I compared a few, and there's a few that are pretty close. Future editing Connie here. I'm inserting this little clip because I realized when I was editing I completely forgot to mention. I started at the beginning, but then, I don't know, got distracted. Color names and color numbers on these pens. So the fine-tipped ones, no color names, no color numbers. These 2 packages of broader tipped ones that are non-glitter, also no color names, no color numbers. The disappointing pens that I had, so these are non-glitter, but they have that funny tip where you have to push down and keep pushing down to color. They all have a color code on the end, and they're all labeled BG and then a number. I don't know what the BG stands for, but they do all have color numbers on the ends, and so you can differentiate these ones. And the glitter ones, both the older ones and the brand new ones that I got, also have a color code on the end. The original ones, I believe most of them said SG and then a number. These newer ones say, oh, they're also SG. Something glitter? I don't know what the SG stands for. But, and I was mentioning earlier I think where I'm going to insert this, I'm just talking about, are there duplicate colors between the old glitter and the new glitter? Possibly. But it's hard to know. Like these 2 blues, when you swatch them out, they do look close, but when you put them together like that, they are different. They also have different numbers. So in the original, this is SG4, this says SG85. So, if you go by that, they're not the same color. Say this pink and this pink. So this is old, new. Not quite the same. The old one says SG01. The new one says SG84. So, yeah, is there duplicate colors? Maybe. But it's hard to tell because, like I say, you've got different color numbers. I didn't see any repeating color numbers between this old... So there was... Of course, this is 24 and 16. So that's 40. There was 40 old glitter colors. There's 48 new glitter colors. None of the numbers are the same. It's possible that some of the inks are close to the same color, but none of the numbers are the same. So there is color numbers on the glitter ones, right? The old and the new. There is color numbers on these funny ones with the weird nib, but there are no color numbers on the fine tipped ones, and there's no color numbers on these ones either. Just thought I'd insert that because past filming Connie forgot to mention it. So future editing Connie is inserting this. This shimmer eyeshadow, for instance. So this was one of the original. You've got a light blue there. Is it the same as the light blue there? It's close. I don't know that's exactly the same, but it's close. So, you know, am I saying you need these new colors? No, absolutely not. So yeah, Ocean Blue series. This Iced Mint series. Again, some nice greens there. But it was these 5 that really caught my attention. This Misty Forest, there's some greens in there that you just kind of don't see in glitter gel pens. Kind of this brownish green olive. Love that. That really dark kind of olive green. So these, I mean, these are my greens. This one's a little bright, but I love that yellowy olive green color. It's just, I just love that color. This one is almost a yellow, but it's still got a touch of kind of olive there. Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting palette of greens, you know, particularly for, like I say, there you can see the glitter, for glitter gel pens. And then these 4, this Gilded Earth series, again, some really interesting colors there in terms of glitter gel pens, like browns. And not just your standard, I mean, I guess that is kind of a standard brown, but then you've got this almost kind of ochre brown. You've got almost like a terracotta color. And then like a, I don't even know what to call that. Like a darker ochre, kind of a gold, really pale. This one almost looks yellowy peach. Just really interesting colors. And then these 3 are kind of, you know, those mixed, whereas these are, you kind of have color families in each of these ones up here. These ones are more mixed. This Macaron series had some interesting colors. This one reminded me, in fact, when I first saw it, I thought it was the same as this one, which was that shimmer eyeshadow from the first round of glitter. But it's not. It's a little different. Those 2 pinks might be pretty close to the same. Not quite, though. I know, it's probably hard to tell on camera, but they aren't quite the same pink. Those purples are not quite the same. This one's lighter than this one. This one has got, I think, a bit more violet, or a bit more red violet in it. This one is more kind of a muted grayed out purple. The blues look this close to the same, but again, not quite. The greens, not quite. This one's more of a sage. This one is more like a jade green. So, not big differences, but yeah, I thought that one was a really pretty, just interesting colors. And then these 2 knocked my socks off. So this one's called Mermaid Lady series, and this was called Mirandy. I love this palette. And you guys are probably looking at it going, Connie, it's all pretty kind of dark. I know, but it's not colors you find in glitter gel pens. Look at that beautiful, is that a red violet? I guess. But they're all these grayed out, tertiary, like look at the colors there. And they do have, if I can get it to catch, there is glitter. I know you're getting a shine from my light, sorry. But there is glitter. I mean, they are glitter. But if I tilt it this way, then you get a sense of the color. So you've got a brown, like a super dark, it's almost like a, what do they call that, British racing green? I know it almost looks black on camera, but it's not. It's a really dark, like forest, but almost bluer than that green. And then you've got I don't even know what to call this. It's like a bluey purple gray. It's gorgeous. You've got like a tan there, and then that color. This is gorgeous. And they call this Mirandy series. And again, 6 colors. They're glittery. They've all got, and I checked, they all have that just plain bullet nib. There isn't that little dip at the tip. And I swatched all these out. You don't have to push to get them to write. They all just write. So yeah, the Mirandy series, and then this Mermaid Lady series. I almost feel like these two are kind of meant to go together. I guess maybe, well, no, I guess not necessarily, but you've got a really pretty, like a tan, blue, pink, that beautiful grayed out purple, and then the last two, that seems like a darker gray and like a really, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be clear. Maybe not. No, it definitely looks silver, but it's a super, super light silver. Again, see the shine. I mean, there's glitter in them. But if I tilt it, then you get, I think, a better sense of the colors. So yeah, 8 new sets of glitter colors. Do you need them? No. Did I need them? No. And these 3 over here, I mean, they're okay. I'm sure I'll use them at some point. But let's say, those 3 kind of mixed sets, and then those 2 color sets. I really like this. To me, just doesn't that just say fall up here with kind of the the olivey greens and all of these beautiful colors. I mean, fall's my favorite season, and I know we're at the end of June, but I'm just waiting for fall. Beautiful kind of fall. And then this to me says fall too, right? These grayed. But to me, you know what? This almost says Christmas too. Like, I would love those colors for Christmas. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. And these are just some really pretty light colors. So there you go. Some new glitter sets. If you want to check those out, like I say, I will link to, it'll probably just be a single link in the description box below, because the single link on AliExpress, which is where I got these, takes you to the seller that I used. Everything came really nicely packaged. It was all fine. That single link, you then have a choice kind of off to the right, and you can choose all the different packages. Don't forget to click on, I think it says see more or show more or something like that, because then more will come, more selection of different sets will come up, below that. So those were the new glitter colors. These were the old glitter colors. And then, of course, we had these ones, which I love. The black and the white, the gold and the silver are also great. The finer tipped ones, they're good. I use them for little teeny details in mandalas. Would I have bought this light color pack? In hindsight, no, probably not. They're a lot lighter than I thought they would be. I thought there'd be a little bit. I mean, I should have known, I guess, looking at the pens. I mean, they look pretty. But I probably wouldn't. And there are a couple other new sets too. Advanced Gray, I think, is another one. And I can't think of. I think there maybe was one more other than, so light color, advanced gray, and one more maybe. Who knows by now? And who knows when you're seeing this too? There could be other colors too. But yeah, the needle nose ones. Well, I call them needle nose. I don't know if that's the correct term. They're fine tip, I guess. They're good. I have used some of them. I like using them for mandalas. I like coloring a lot of really detailed mandalas, and they work great for that. So they're good. Love these. These, I just need to figure out the best way to use them. Because like I say, there's some beautiful inks and beautiful colors in there. It just hurts my hand to have to push to color while I'm, the whole time while I'm coloring. Like there's some browns in there, So there's some great colors in there. Yeah, I just need to figure out how to use them. But I just thought I would show you the, here I'm gonna put my favorite one on top. There, those are my favorite two, I think. The Misty Forest series and the Mirandi series. Although I do like that earth one. Oh my goodness. There was just some really beautiful colors. All right, not a long video for me, half an hour, which for me is not terribly long, but I did want to show you the new colors just in case anyone might be interested. I hope everyone is safe, I hope everyone is well, and I hope everyone is enjoying their coloring. Till next time, folks, take care. Bye-bye.